no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me.
We're waging war on mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, coming again to bring you a Monday edition of Motivational Monday. I appreciate you all being so patient with us, as now, like with my new schedule, I'm doing a lot of traveling on Mondays. So a lot of times I can't get back home in order to start these Motivational Mondays. So every now and then I'll be popping on Tuesdays. But tonight, you got me on a Monday. What's up, John? Hey, Vaniqua. Thank y'all for hopping on here, man. And I love that you all are prompt and ready to go for all my replays. And tonight is going to be phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and let you know up front. I'm glancing over my notes. Tonight is going to be phenomenal. So go ahead and tell your mama and them, your grandmama and them to go ahead and join the motivational teacher to the masses and let them know that this dude has gone live, and tonight is going to be another bread-breaking moment. So go ahead and let them know. For all my replayers, give me about 30 to 45 seconds as I share this out to my top 5. And y'all know what your boy say. If they can't grow with you, they can't go with you. And I know all of us got somebody that we want to journey with us this mountain of success. We got somebody that I think needs a word in this season that can get them to the next phase of their life. And here's the challenge, is that when we share words of encouragement like this tonight, you're ultimately sowing into somebody else's destiny, which make God obligated to help you get to your destiny. I just broke a kingdom principle, and I'm starting to see the odds add up. And if you would, holler at your boy. If you're coming in the room, let me know who's out there, man. I like saying hello, and I like to know whose presence is here with me, man, because it makes a difference for you all. Give me a few more seconds. I hope John, Vaniqua, Charles, I hope you all are having a great week out there. Hit your boy up. Let me know how your week is off to a great start. What are you most proud of so far, man? I know, you know, a good thing about life is like everything worked together for our good. So even if you had a challenging beginning to the week, even that's working to your good. Let me share this one more place, y'all, and I'm gonna be ready to break this bread. All right, here we go. Break this bread. Oh, that's me right there. I'm ready to break this bread. What's up, Big Mike? Thank you for joining us, bro. All right, I'm live. I got both my chat box open. I got my chat on my cell phone open because hey, Auntie, my Aunt Christine is joining us on YouTube. Enjoyed you this weekend. She came and visited us and watched my boys play a little ball this weekend. Thank you, Aunt Chris, for joining us. Episode 166, baby, of Awaken Your I Am. Woo! I'm telling you, this is over 2 years of chasing one thought for 2 years, and the amount of information that we have been able to uncover, I'm telling you, will surely change your life. Tonight, for a brief moment, for a very brief moment, I want to talk to you about be exceptional. Somebody get in the chat box. Get in the chat box and say, awaken your I am. I am exceptional. I got Vaniqua chiming into that, asked how your week. She said, didn't start off too good, but won't let that determine the rest of my week. That's all good, Vaniqua. You know, we're going to have those moments, those times in our life where everything doesn't work as planned. But I promise you, there is a lesson in the chaos. And if we get that lesson, man, I think that's what most of life is about. It's about learning, growing, developing, and creating new experiences. That's the majority of what life is about. So if it didn't start off great, I love your attitude. That will not hinder the rest of my week. I see Vaniqua has gotten in that chat box. I am exceptional. Somebody need to get in there. You need to prophesy to yourself. You're the only person out here today that's able to tell yourself how awesome, how exceptional you are. Because tonight I want to talk about being exceptional, and I want you to receive this from the viewpoint that I am exceptional. I know that there's so many different narratives about who you are out there in the world. That could be what they say about you at your job. That could be what they say about you at your home. That could be what they say about you in your family. It could be what they say about you when you're not there. But I'm telling you, from the narrative of which you believe in, the narrative that you speak, come on, Aunt Chris, I am exceptional. And tonight, when I'm breaking this bread, I want you to process this information through the lens of that I was already created exceptional. I might not have exceptional results right now. I might not have exceptional habits right now. I might not look that exceptional on the outside, but you were created from the premise of I am exceptional. And when you hear this word, filter it through your lens of exceptionality. Boy, that's a bread-breaking word right there. Through your words of exceptionality. You are exceptional. I need for you to believe that. And tonight I am coming from the premise of how exceptional you are. Motivational teacher, I hear what you're saying, that I'm exceptional. Motivational teacher, I hear what you're saying, that I got something special about me, but I just have not seen it in my life yet, motivational teacher. I come on here, I join you Monday after Monday, sometime Tuesday, sometime Bridging the Nations, and I hear you talking about all this positivity, but motivational teacher, I just have not seen it in my life yet. I've been listening, I've been growing, but my moment has yet to come. Then this message is for you. Out of old commercials, this buds for you tonight. And when I say bud, I mean this grows for you. I am uniquely exceptional. Come on, John. Exceptionality. That's the key. Breaking bread. Come on, Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte, thanks for joining us too. Y'all go ahead and invite 3 or 4 more people, because I'm about to get into this bread. Tonight, I'm talking about your exceptionality. So here's the real deal. That I always speak from the premise. I always speak from the premise that every human has been created for a specific purpose on this earth. I come from the premise that we have all been fearfully and wonderfully and uniquely made for a vision such as today, for a time such as today. There's no greater time for you to be born than this time that you're in today. You were placed here by destiny for this period of time right here on earth. Come on, y'all, follow your boy right now. You could have came anywhere in the 1800s, 1700s, any time before that. You could have came anytime after this right here, but you have been wonderfully made for a season such as this. And if I am here, thank you, Beverly, if I am here for a moment like this, then there must be something that I've been called. No, let me change that. If I'm here for a season such as this, there must be a problem that I am uniquely positioned to solve. And for some of us, maybe the problem has not yet arisen and my solution is void, but that does not step away from the fact that the great I am has awakened your I am to build an ark, Noah, when the earth has never seen rain. It doesn't mean, Noah, that your building the ark is in vain. It just means that the problem of which you've been sent to solve have not presented itself. I'm about to break bread right now. But because the problem hasn't presented itself, does not mean that I stop building the ark. It means that now I know that I'm building for a season yet to come. And for a lot of us, and I use the example with Noah building the ark, and I'm going to use a lot of other examples. The reason why I use that example, because he had to go gather the wood, although the earth has not yet known rain. He had to go gather the animals 2 by 2, although the earth has yet to know rain. He had to move all of his family in there, although the earth has yet to know rain. He had to build a boat, a contraption that the earth has never seen, in order to be a solution to a problem that's never presented. And a lot of times we look at our development phase as if it's time wasted, or as if I'm being put on an island and woe is me because it's not happening in the time frame of which I desire. It's not happening in the time frame which I think I should have these results by now. And we say, man, my building must be in vain. Oh, that's a breaking moment. Have you ever looked back at your life and said, man, like I've been working on this for so long and I'm yet to see the results. I've been confessing motivational teacher to the masses for the last 5 years. My aunt asked me this weekend, how long have you been doing Motivational Mondays? I said, I've been doing them since 2018. I've been doing them faithfully since 2018. And I sat there and I said, man, like I've been so faithful with this since 2018. I should be looking at 2,500 eyes. Have you ever had the thought, and is my time in vain? Am I going down the wrong path by being in this lane with seeing minimal results? Come on, man. I got Vanika to testify for me. And this is the season for me. Come on. Have you ever just looked like no matter how hard I try from life, I just can't get right? Have you ever had those moments and you wondering, Lord, why me? Oh my God, I'm gonna break bread to somebody tonight. I gotta tell y'all, this is gonna be phenomenal. Tell your mama, your cousin, your grandmama and them, they better hop on this thing right now, because tonight is going to be phenomenal. Be exceptional. When you have been called, when you have been set apart, when you have been chosen, you go through seasons. When you're an outlier, let me use that word by Malcolm Gladwell. When you are an outlier, you go through seasons of isolation. When you are an outlier, your development, and let me define this. And I'm coming from the premise of Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outlier. He defined an outlier as a truly exceptional individual. Stop right there. An outlier is a truly exceptional individual in his or her field of expertise. They are so superior that he defines his own category for success. An outlier is a truly exceptional individual in his or her field of expertise. They're so superior that they define their own category for success. Somebody get on there. I am an outlier. I am a truly exceptional individual. And I'm so superior in what I do every day in my field. Come on, Charlotte, testifying here. I'm so good at what I do. When people are looking for success, they have to look to my example. Now, I'm going somewhere right now, and some of us are not there yet, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that some of us are not there. But for outliers and for truly exceptional people, you go through seasons of isolation where you are being trained to hear and to learn and to develop into the person that which can obtain the greatness, the destiny, or can attain that exceptionality to where you set the standard. Now, tonight I'm going to talk about a few barriers to being an outlier. And I'm going to talk about a few barriers to being a truly exceptional individual who writes their own course. I mean, you're so good at what you do. That thing, I call it it. You're so good at it, whatever that it is in your life, that people will come and from miles away in order to have it from you. A really good, exceptional restaurant. When my wife and I travel, we usually go to the same restaurants every time because the restaurant was so exceptional that I need not try another restaurant because it's that exceptional. You go to some hotels. The hotels are so fabulous, we don't need to try another one. Why? Because this one is exceptional. It has set a new bar for us for what is success. And there is some area in your life, as we go to those restaurants and that hotel, there's some area in your life where you were meant to be truly an exceptional individual. Motivational teacher right now, I don't see it. I love the fact that we're created in the image and likeness of the great I am who awakens our I am. I love the fact that we humans are not a finite being, that there's nothing complete about me at the point of my birth. I love the fact that a dog can only be a dog, a cat can only be a cat, a tree can only be a tree, but a human can transform into whatever they so choose or desire by working on their mind. So if I desire to become an attorney, then I go to law school. I take the the LSAT, and now I am past the bar to become a lawyer. I can make myself into a lawyer. If I so desire to become a medical physician, I can go to undergrad, I can go to graduate school, I can go to med school, and I can pass the MCAT, whatever it's called. I can pass that exam, and now the motivational teacher has now become a doctor. I can become a jazz musicianist player if I choose to, if I'm willing to put the time in. Your life is not finite. Your destiny is not finite. What you see right now is temporary. It's all based on, I love the fact that throughout Malcolm Gladwell's book, he talks about the 10,000 hour rule. He said the 10,000 hours, putting 10,000 hours in any area is the key to achieving true expertise in any skill. Is just a matter of practicing. I've heard people say motivational teacher. I wasn't born on that side of the track. There's no way I can get to that life. Motivational teacher, my dad was a drug dealer. There's no way that I can be the president of another company. Motivational teacher, I was raped when I was young, and it took away everything I had about hope. There's no way I can never marry another man. Motivational teacher, I grew up so broke and in poverty so much. I did so many bad things that there's no way I can get to prosperity. Motivational teacher, when you black like me, the world, you heard this thing called white privilege. When you black like me, motivational teacher, or you're a female like me, the world doesn't want to give you an advantage, and I have to work twice as hard for anything that I get. Motivational teacher. Motivational teacher, I have put myself in something for so long, and I didn't get the results. I don't know if I'm capable of opening myself back up to be heard again like that. Motivational teacher, I don't think winning is for me. I'm about to break bread tonight. I don't think winning is for me because I've done all these things and it didn't work out. And I'm here to talk to you tonight because since you had that dream of grandeur from day one, that means the great I am has awakened your I am. That's the key. That if one time you thought you could obtain it, if one time you thought you could reach the pinnacle of that business, or the pinnacle of that class, or the pinnacle of that profession, then that means the great I am has already awaken your I am. And I don't believe do dreams dry up like raisins. I don't believe dreams go to die. I believe that vision through which you had is still living on the inside of you. I do believe that gifting, that calling that you were given before the foundation of the earth is still alive and well on the inside of you. I believe it's like fire shut up in your bones. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here watching the motivational teacher to the masses. I'm telling you, narrow is the way. And I'm telling you, narrow are the eyes that watch me, because narrow is the way. And I know because right now, fundamentally, because you're sitting here, you're listening, I know that that dream is still, that baby is alive and still kicking on the inside of you. And tonight we're going to talk about how to give birth to that baby. Malcolm Gladwell said 10,000 hours of training, 10,000 hours of development is the key to obtaining true expertise. 10,000 hours. So the equivalent of 10,000 hours is like about a year and 2 months. It's about a year and 2 months of 24 hours, a year and 2 months of working in one particular area. So my question is, you believe you have a gift. You believe you have a calling. You know that there's something special in your life. Where are you investing your 10,000 hours? Where are you investing your time to hone that gift and to hone that promise? See, there are many people, Lord, I believe in God for many big things. There are a lot of people that got big dreams and got big visions of grandeur. However, they do not have the work ethic to do the 10,000 hours. They're not committed to learning a new skill. They're not committed to the patience that it takes to learn the new skill to become one of the best in that area. My thing is, why do it if you're choosing not to be one of the best? Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. Why do it if you want to be average? Anything you choose to be average in, you're not passionate about. Somebody better write that down. Anything you choose to be average in, you're not passionate about. If you don't have a burning desire to do what you do every day, then there's some reason you're not passionate about it. You should wake up Monday morning with a skip in your step because you get to go do what you love to do. You should get up Monday morning because I realize that what I'm doing every day is tied to my ultimate purpose. And I do believe all things work together for my good. Even if I hate going, I'm going because I know it's connected to my purpose. I know what I'm doing is connected to my 10,000 hours. And I'm okay with the process of seeing 9, 10, 11, 12 eyes watching me because I know it's part of my process to the 25,000. And do it like a good soldier. I mean, run this race so at the end, you yourself are not disqualified. Anything, Charlotte, that you're average in, you're not passionate about. And my thing, if you're not passionate about it, why are you doing it? You got to invest 10,000 hours somewhere. If you invest 10,000 hours in being average and being mediocre, guess what your lifestyle and guess what your harvest will be? Your harvest will be average. Your harvest will be average if you're enduring it with a mindset of mediocrity. If you're enduring it, I just got to get through the day, then guess what your harvest is going to look like? You just got to get through the day. And when you go down to pluck that seed out the ground in the form of a fruit, don't be surprised when that fruit looks just like the seed, mediocre. Today night, we're waging war on mediocrity. I'm telling you that 10,000 hours is the sweet spot. John said, I'm fervent for the love of all my art. That's what I'm talking about. Do something you can give yourself to. Oh my God, I would hate to have lived my whole life and never given my total self to anything. I would hate to say I came to earth and know I have lived it. I said it on Bridging the Nation yesterday that most of us spend 80% of our time on projects or in areas that yield us no results. We're only being effective with 20% of my time. You live 100 years, you've only gotten 20% effectiveness. Why? Because I am not investing in the right areas. I'm spending my time. Where I spend time, I do not expect results. Where I invest time, I look for withdrawals. Stop spending and invest your time. 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. And for me being a former athlete, this really resonates with me. It really resonates with me because I know that this life is not about what you are born with. It's about the skills that you acquire when you're along the way. It's about the mindset you acquire that you're along the way. When children are born into this world, they are born with a blank slate, or John Piaget calls it a tabula rasa, meaning that when they come in this world, they are a clean canvas. It's what they acquire that determines who they become or what they become or how they become it. They are tabula rasa. And so even to you this day, you really wake up in the morning and your whole day is a tabula rasa. It's what mindset you commit to the day that determines your ultimate outcome. Your whole 2022 was a tabula rasa, January 1. It was a blank slate. It was your mindset that you brought into that year that determines your ultimate outcome. That's a bread-breaking moment. And I'm telling you that a lot of these things that we perceive as negative are just things. And it's how we process it through our lenses is what we determine. If you process pain and you process tribulation through the lens of this is a part of my growth, this is a part of my 10,000 hours. How do I develop? How do I grow inside of what I'm going through? I got 10,000 hours. Let me decide how I mature in this same process. What I once thought was negative, now I see it as an incubator to my greatness because I know that once I learn, once I grow from this experience, it can never hold me down again. And I'm one step closer to my fervent my dream. I'm one step closer to my destiny. I'm one step closer to get that to my ultimate place that I want in my life. It's all about how I view or which lens I process information. Because guess what? Every experience that we encounter has the probability to become a part of my 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. That's a bread breaking moment right there. Not one of these experiences with a great I am waste that you can't learn and you can't grow. The very thing that they meant for your bad can work out for your good. Why? Because I process it through the lens of my 10,000 hours. How do I grow from this situation? How do I become different? How do I become a better person as a result of this thing happening in my life? How do I make this? Oh, you meant for that to be? You meant for poverty to take me out? Let me tell you, I'm gonna take what you meant to be bad for me, and it's gonna fuel what I do for my life's vision. My life's goals to make sure nobody else have to live in poverty. You thought you meant it for my harm, but God meant it for my good, and I will take that very thing you thought throwing me in the pit was going to kill me. But now, baby, that pit is the perfect reason why I'm in the palace right now. I'm telling you right now, it's how we process it. If you want to be great in any field, I don't care what it is you want to do or what it is you've been called to do, it's going to require that you become intentional and deliberate and mentally engaged in your own development. Every opportunity, every experience is development. I think we really need, I'm being facetious, don't really do it. I really need to tattoo on my mind, how does this fit into my growth and my development? Process every situation through the lens of, this is for my growth and my development. This is part of my 10,000 hours. I am an outlier. How do you think diamonds, the best diamonds with the most clarity have gone through the most pressure? Have gone through the most pressure and have endured like a good soldier. So why is it that you believe that right now you're being turned and you're being shaped into a diamond with high clarity and resolution? Why in the world do we take growth opportunities, we complain about them, we talk about them how bad they are, we don't want them, and all the same time we need these opportunities to produce that outlier results? Motivational teacher, I hear you, but this whole 10,000 hour thing, I don't have the time. Motivational teacher, when I hear I don't have the time, I hear a person that doesn't know how to prioritize. All of us have the same amount of time in our life. One person knows how to prioritize, and other people don't. The guys that when he gave the people the talents, and they brought the same talents he gave them, it said, okay, there's a lack of prioritization. There's a lack. They don't know how to prioritize. They don't know how to take what they have, how to invest in it and grow it. They don't know how to prioritize. Let me tell you how most people prioritize through their feelings and through their emotions. And we make bad decisions based on that prioritization of our life. My light bill, I only got $500 in the bank, and I go buy Louis Vuitton. I go buy Gucci. I only got, $200 in the bank, and now I go get a pair of $500 Jordans. Why? My prioritization is wrong. And that mindset will continue to keep me in poverty until I start investing my 10,000 hours into new information, into new experiences, and being able to process through a new lens. I'll always land in poverty. I'll always land in lack, not because I've been created to be that, but because my growth and development and my lens of prioritization have always been off. Since you were a tabula rasa, a blank slate, in the world and your environment condition you to believe that what I wear represents my value and not my last name. I don't care if I got on pie crust and I got money in my investment account, I'm more than what I would have been. I saw a guy tonight, real story. Went to the volleyball game. Saw a guy tonight, multi-millionaire. The guy had on old, like kind of, it was a black, long sleeve, like a Nike compression shirt that had been washed, looked halfway gray. He had on just a regular t-shirt over it, had on a pair of regular socks, and I think he had on some white Asics that might have cost $40. The guy's a multi-millionaire. And see, most of us believe it's what we spend that make us look rich. And I'm telling you, the rich people like to keep what they have so they can continue to get richer. Their money is making them money, while our money is buying us things that will rust and corrupt. Until I'm able to invest my 10,000 hours in the right area, my situation will never change. I just broke bread. I can pray to God in heaven. I can rub genies. I can go play Georgia lottery, but my situation will not change until I start to upgrade my mindset. I start upgrading. I start scrubbing my beliefs and my practices. I start believing that development is my only key to success. I believe that God has given me more than am I willing to give everything in order to get it. Most of us have yet to commit to something for our whole life. We've yet to say, I'm going to give this until it hurts. And until we do, we'll always have minimum success. In disagreement with many, Gladwell argues that success is not found by exceptional people. And I love the fact that he highlighted this in his book, because most of us believe that people who are great, people who are doing exceptional things, were born with some additional moxie that the rest of us didn't have, or they were born with some additional skill or some additional trait that most of us don't have. Here's the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. These people have spent years developing and honing their craft. Kevin Hart, when he did his interview, and he said somebody, and he was talking, they said, you almost like you came out of, you were overnight success. Kevin Hart said, what I had is 19 years of comedy before you even saw this. Meek Mill said he had been doing 12 years of music before he had his first national album. And I'm telling you right now, it's because they bought into the process when they didn't have the results. They were willing to keep doing the work when I don't see the results. They said, I will endure like worldly people even see. I can endure like a good soldier until I get to where I want to go. Master P, on his first cover album, had drawn a tank out on a sheet of paper, copied it, and slid it in the CD case. Master P of No Limit Soldier, he was willing to endure the 10,000 hours until he got to the place where he wanted to be. But some of us are so spiritual that we believe that we're going to call fire from heaven, and it's going, and our vision and our goals and our dreams will come riding down on a chariot from heaven. It doesn't happen that way. You cannot violate the laws of this land. You got to do like Master P. You got to take the time first to learn how to draw your album cover. You got to learn how to do the beats in the studio, so you don't need an engineer. You got to learn how to do the sound booth, so you don't have to have anybody in there with you. You got to learn how to adjust the pattern in the room to make sure your sound project well. Because I'm telling you that in the midst of learning and investing in those 10,000 hours, it says more to the great I am about what you believe than anything your mouth can ever say. Oh, your lips are. It say your lips are close to me, but your hearts are far from me. I can make these lips say everything, but our actions are in opposite and are contrary to what we say we believe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put a fork in the road, put a line in the sand. Come on, Vaniqua, it is not easy, but it's necessary. Narrow. I gotta be honest. I can motivate everybody. I can put these words out in the universe, and I can speak to 10,000 people and say the same word to 10,000 people. What's up, Q? I can say the same word to 10,000 people, but you know what it is? Narrow. It's the way to greatness. If that road was so wide and that road was just enormous, there would be many more people that you would see in this world that were doing bigger and better things. It's amazing how the top 1.5% holds the majority of the wealth in this worldwide, because it's narrow. Vaniqua, I'm with you. It's attainable, but it's attainable. But it's attainable. It's attainable to the people, Vaniqua, that are willing to put in the 10,000 hours without seeing the results they think they should. If you're not willing to do 10,000 hours when you don't have the results you think you should, when you don't have the accolades, when you don't have somebody patting you on the back, when you're not on a national stage, if you're not willing to do the 10,000 hours like John the Baptist with locusts, with wild locusts and honey, if you're not willing to do it out there and just you at just developing, and you're not willing to cook the cookies in your house 1,000 times before you try to sell them, then this ain't for you. If you ain't willing to go to the gym and do all the working out, why can't nobody see you doing it and then come out on that stage? If you ain't willing to do it when your name are not in lights, your name is not on the rolling credits, you don't have your own show, you somebody support in the background. If you're not willing to be support, you ain't fit to be the star. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. If you can't be support, you're not fit to be the star. Many of us believe we're stars, but with no supporting role, because in the support role, you learn how to develop. That's part of your 10,000 hours. I want to lead, but if you're incapable of following, you cannot lead, because a leader understands the true path of a follower. If you cannot follow, you cannot lead. That's a bread breaking moment, because in order to get my 10,000 hours, I gotta follow somebody, lest I make every mistake myself. Motivational teacher, why you work a secular job? Why don't you do this full time? I gotta find somebody to learn from. I gotta learn how to serve somebody else, so lest I be disqualified from this race myself. There's a moment, there's a season where Elijah will go up into the clouds and Elisha will emerge as the true prophet. But until Elijah goes up into the clouds, Elisha, I will be with you. Elijah, I will be with you to the end of the days. I will go where you go. Your land will become my land. And until that moment, I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. And when oh my God, I feel this with everything in me. And when you, God, great I am, when you provide me with my moment, I'm going to be so ready. It's going to look like I've been doing it for years, because I got my 10,000. It looked like you've been doing that for years, because I have. Just because you didn't know I was doing it for years don't mean I didn't do it. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. That's a bread break. I've been doing it for years. It looked like you are overnight success. It only looked like that to you because you didn't have a process. People with process understand. That's why I'm not a hater. I admire people who put the time in and that chose to make the decisions when they didn't see the results they wanted. They continued to grind. Steve Harvey is another great example of a person that lived in his car 3 years as he tried to build his comedy career all across the United States, trying to build he stayed in his car 3 years and we look at Steve Harvey now with all his talk shows. You can't turn on the TV without seeing it. And we say, man, look at that. I wish I had it like that one day. You can't wish it because you ain't stayed in your car all them times. You can't wish it because you ain't went through all those divorces. You can't wish it because you haven't seen and processed how his lens through how he's processed it. I wish I could have it. Guess what? You can, but you got to start with your 10,000 hours. Says success not found by exceptional people, but instead is the result of individuals making the most of hidden advantages, extraordinary opportunities, and cultural legacies. Most of hidden advantages. Like, what playing field do you win on? And I can tell you right this, any area where you're trying to be great and you're not passionate about, eventually will crumble. Because in order to be great at something, it requires that you do more than 8 to 5. There's no way you're going to be the best at anything you do if your only primary goal is to do 8 to 5. If your goal is to sleep 14 hours a day, I got to tell you, you're going to end up average. You're going to end up average. If your goal is just to watch 6 hours of social media and TV, average. Those behaviors equal average. But I'm telling you, make the most of your hidden advantages. What do you do well? What you do for free? If nobody's paying me right now, there's no revenue source. I've been doing this since 2018, and I never asked a person for a penny. Why? because it's like fire shut up in my bones. I'll do it for free. I do it for free because I believe that the great I am lives and breathes through me and what I'm doing across from the screen. I believe he's giving me something so special that he said, boy, I got to hide you for a season to develop it. And when I bring you out, bring them out, bring them out. When I bring you out, you're going to come out so forceful and so strong that everybody going to know that only a God, the great I am can create something like this. You got to make the most of your hidden advantages. I ain't got it like somebody else. Yeah, you ain't got it like they got it, but you got something. And if you keep focusing on what they got, you're going to miss what you have. And you're going to watch them ascend to the heavens, and you're going to sit down here and be broken in poverty because you're not working with the great I am has given you in your, what's that in your hand? Come on, Charlotte, make the most of those hidden advantages. What's in your hand? I don't know because I'm looking over there. What's in Q's hands? I don't know because I want to know what's in John's hands. I don't know because I'm over there looking at Vaniquo's hands. He didn't ask you what was in Aaron's hand. He asked you what was in your hand. What is in your hand that is a hidden advantage that presents you with extraordinary opportunities? I love doing this because I got a hidden advantage. I love doing this. Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. Some people do it because they think they have to. Some people do it because it provides them a great lifestyle. Some people do it because they think, no, I do it because I have to. I do it because I have to. If I don't ever make another nickel from it, I'm still going to do it. Why? Because it's like fire shut up in my bones. And I understand that this is a part of my 10,000 hours. And I will sit here and endure every one of them like a good soldier. And I will still confess, I am the motivational teacher to the masses. There's nobody that can do it the way I do it because nobody else can process this information from the lens of which I sit. So I am a one of a kind. I am a original from the originator. So therefore, I am valuable and what I do is valuable. And guess what? I am worth the investment of my own 10,000 hours. I would never ask another man or another woman to give toward what I'm not willing to invest in myself. I'm not going to ask you to sit here and listen to me if I'm not willing to invest in these words that I'm speaking. I'm not going to sit here and tune in next Monday night if I'm not willing to invest into my own development. I'm one of a kind. Said Olin, I'm one of a kind and I'm valuable. Shoot. Man, you ain't never seen another person on this earth like me. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. Everywhere my feet shall trod, I shall own. I don't have to see it today to know that it's true. I don't have to see it today to know that it's true. I know that if I, in this race not given to the swift nor the strong, but the one who's going to do it to the end, I'm telling you, the one that can go through, that the one that can look over in the promised land and say, we be able to take it and look over and see what belongs to them, but yet is humble enough, but yet is patient enough to go walk around the wilderness 40 years and wait to the 44th year to go into say, you said I can have my mountain. I want my mountain. I'm telling you right now, there's only one of me, and I'm willing to go through the 40 years of walking around that desert to these folk that die off, that can't see the vision, and I'm going to go in that land. I want my doggone mountain. Why? Because I have endured. Y'all, I'm telling you, Q just said it. There is no competition for somebody as awesome as me. Motivational teacher, you got the big head. Boy, if you knew who was backing my words, you would have it too. Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. You got the big head. If the great I am awaken your I am, you would have one too. But it has nothing to do with you, but everything he is in and through you. That is a bread-breaking moment right there. I'm looking for my extraordinary opportunities. I'm looking for my hidden advantages. I got no competition. It's me versus me. There's nobody else can play in the space that I play in all of this earth. I am that guy. I am him. Look no further. I'm that one. Nobody can play in the space I play in because nobody else have this lens that I have. Well, I heard this person and they sound a little bit like you. No, they don't. No, they don't. They can use the same words I use. They can say some of the same phrases I say, but I guarantee you they don't have the same perception that I have on this lens of life. I am the one. Believe that. You won't never see another. You won't never see. You ain't never seen one before me. My son got my own name, and he'll never be nothing like me. You hear what I'm saying? I am the one. I processed it through these lenses. Come on, man. I lived in that 3-bedroom trailer with 8 people. I'm the one. I'm the first male on either side to go to college. I'm the first male on my dad's side to get a high school diploma. Nobody else can process through these lenses. Even my son with my own name can't process life through these lenses because I process it through this way. He has a different viewpoint that looks at it completely different than I do. You're telling me, man, this is my time. This is my season. This is my life. And can't no devil in hell or no human stop what's going on in my life in these days, because I'm telling you, because this is my season. This is my time. I ain't got to see it in order to know I'm getting it. All I know is the closer I get through my 10,000 hours, the closer I get to my ultimate manifestation, my ultimate goal. Success is inevitable. Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. Somebody need to write that down. Success is inevitable to the person that can endure without yet seeing the promise. Success is inevitable. I love this. The great I am says, I know your deeds. Your deeds are neither hot nor cold. He said, I wish they were hot or cold. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I will spew you out of my mouth. Where I'm telling you, the reason why, oh my God, success is so elusive. Oh my God. Success will have you chasing it. Man, almost like momentum. The reason why success is so elusive is because we're lukewarm in our commitment. And because you're hot, neither hot nor cold, mediocrity is the result. Because you're neither hot, I know what I want. I'm not compromising on, man, boy, I don't pull my pants up like I'm about to go play a basketball game. I know what I want. I'm not compromising on what I believe I have already been given. I will not be lukewarm in the promise of that which I believe that I pertain right now. Even if I'm throwing everything in, I'm casting all my lots in on this motivational speaker to the masses. I have no backup plan. I believe everything in my life up until this day is a part of my 10,000 hours. I have no back. If this is not the thing, it will be the thing that leads me to the thing. I am not lukewarm in my beliefs. I believe this is my thing. I have no other recourse for my life. I don't know how to go 50% in. I don't know how to go 75% in. I know one speed and it's all in. I will never be found lukewarm in my beliefs. I am poignant and I know what I know. And I know the great I am who awakens my I am has given me something. And this something he has given me, he only gave it to me. Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. I am exclusive. I love this. I am peculiar. Many have he called, but Anthony, I have chosen. Come on, man. You got to talk to yourself that way. You got to talk to yourself in that way. Boy, I will tell you right now, I am all in on what I believe he gave me. Too many of us have one foot in the vision, one foot in doubt, another foot in belief, and there's no consistency. You're going to have moments where you don't believe you. Wheat and tares grow up. You're going to have all those same moments. But what I will not do in those moments is confess it. Like the other day, I had gone so long, so many days in a row, and I felt so tired, I would not say it out my mouth. I said, every time it came, I said, I will not say it. I'm full of energy and I'm ready to go. I will not make myself say I'm tired, lest that gives me an out to be average. I will not make myself say, hey, man, these 13 eyes is all I can have. I will not make myself say, man, I got 13 eyes across 3 different platforms. Well, you know, five years of doing this and this is all I got. It must not be me. I can't make myself say that. I cannot make myself say that because I know that all of this is a part of my 10,000 hours. And I will sit here and I will endure like a good soldier. And I will sit here. Come on, Vanico, got to start speaking to myself. I will sit here in the midst of looking at 13 eyes and tell myself how I have been called to the masses. I will sit here and say, Aunt, keep going because you know the masses is on the other side of your work. Aunt, prepare like you're preparing for the masses. I will not allow myself to believe anything less about that because oh my God, I got to say this. I got to get off this thing. Let me tell you something. Like my last thing, notes gone, throwing them away. I'm not going to read anymore. Let me tell you something right here. Once your I am has been awakened, once the great I am has awakened your I am, and you believe what you believe, there's a whole nother type of fire that comes with that. That people telling me, hey man, maybe this is not it. People saying you doing too much and you ain't getting the result. People telling me, man, it ain't gonna happen for you. People telling me, man, you know, I'm telling you, but when you've been called, but when you've been summoned by the great I am to awaken your I am, now what people say don't matter as much. You can't get me you can't move me off this place I'm on right now. Man, come on, man. I will build an altar in this place right here and say, man, you will not out. I will not be moved. And until you're able to get to that place in your life with your own growth and development, when you know that I've been called to the mass. Come on, Aunt Chris, thank you. When you know that I've been called a director of nursing, when you know I've been called a hair replacement specialist, when I've been called the artist, when I know I get to the point where I know what I know, I'm going to become unshakable and always abounding in the truth. The biggest issue, I say it all the time, man has one problem, that he or she does not know who they are through the lens of the great I am. And you know, well, you all not to start thinking so big of yourself, you know. You all not to start thinking that you're moving, you know. Once you start doing that, the enemy knows where you're moving. The enemy knows what you're doing. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing. You know what? Like all that jargon, you know what I do? I make my request known. I'm not afraid. If me and the good and me and God mean the great I am and my awakened I am, we are the majority. I ain't running from nothing. I ain't trying to cheat the process. I ain't trying to skip. I ain't running from any of it. Why, motivational teacher? Because it's all working for my good. Imagine if you wake up in the morning and you see your whole day through the lens of everything that happens to me works for me. Oh my God, that's a new way of living. Man, what if I woke up and say, no matter what happens today, it works for me. No matter good, bad, indifferent, ugly, smart, I don't care. What happens today, it works. What if I see, boy, when you know that you know, yeah, boy, it's just so tough. You're going to go through some tough times. And I can promise you, when you decide to make this commitment, time's going to get tougher. Because when you putting in them 10,000 hours, sometimes you ain't going to feel like putting in them 10,000 hours, but you're going to know what you're going to say. I'm going to do it anyway, because I have been called, I have been chosen. I heard this slip. I got to get off this thing. I can't be on here over an hour anymore. I can't record it. So I got to be off this thing. But man, the great I am is speaking to my I am. I heard Jalen Ramsey say this. Jalen Ramsey is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. One of the commentators said, Jalen, why do you work so hard? He said, man, God has sure enough blessed me. He giving me talent. He's giving me skills. He's giving me knowledge. He gave me the right family. And man, God has sure enough blessed me. He said, if I'm not working as hard as I can and I'm not doing the most that I can to get everything out of what he gave me, I feel like I'm letting God down. He said, I feel like I'm letting God down if I'm not giving everything I have to accomplish this goal of playing football. I said, Jalen Ramsey, flesh and blood did not reveal that to you, but your Father did in heaven. I feel like if I'm lukewarm, I'm not all in. God, I'm not, my bad, I'm not maximized what all you gave me. I heard Jalen Ramsey say that. It changed my outlook on life. God, man, if I'm not giving all I have, if I'm not going exhausted, that means I am cheating him on what he get. I will not. Will a man rob God? Yes, he have. In dream, destiny, and talents. Will a man rob? Yes, they've been robbing him since the foundation of the earth. And Jalen Ramsey came with a brand new revelation. Let's not be a thief and a robber. Commit to it. Commit to it. Commit to it. Boy, that's a strong word right there. That's a strong word. He said he sure enough blessed me. Boy, when you got a sure enough bless me, I mean, his whole voice, his face, and you knew, y'all go look it up. Jalen Ramsey, God done blessed me. Go look at how his demeanor changed as he's telling his story. This dude believed that he got something that somebody else don't. And it's so worthy that I will spend the time necessary. I will overwork to make sure that I don't underwork. Boy, that's a strong testimony. I will overwork to make sure I don't underwork. It's too many people underworking, but asking for the results of somebody that's overworking. Man, greatness demands it all. You better get your 10,000 hours in, lest they call you average. And for some of us, it might take 12,000. For some of us, it might take 8,000. But whatever the number is, I can tell you what, I sure enough been blessed. If I sure enough been blessed, then you know what, Chris, say it again, Charlotte, I got to commit to it. Because it will not commit to you till you commit to it. Man, I got to say this, man. Y'all have been phenomenal tonight. I only came on because I want you to be exceptional. In order to be an outlier, you're going to have to put your hands to the plow. You can't ask somebody else to do it. Grandmama can't do it. Mama can't do it. Your children can't do it. You got to put your hands to the plow. I'm teaching my son this process. Every time he goes to a training, if he's training at 5:30 in the morning, guess what? I take it and I sit in the training with him. I'm showing my son right now, you are not willing to do something I'm not willing to do for you. If I can be there for you and I'm not doing it, then you can be there and you can put in. This is the process of becoming great. Greatness doesn't happen in a day. Greatness is a lifetime and dedication of sticking to the fundamentals when I don't see the results. Y'all have been phenomenal. You are phenomenal. Thank you, Aunt Chris. You're phenomenal as well. Come on, Charlotte. Commit to it. Vaniqua said it. Come on, man. These are one of these Motivational Mondays you got to go back and listen to 5 or 6 times because I dropped some nuggets in this one. I broke some real bread in this one. And well, if you got to talk about yourself, it must not be good. Well, somebody told you wrong because I'm going to talk about it because I can. I believe that strongly in what I've been given and the product that I've been given. I've been working so hard to develop it that sure enough, I believe he blessed me. Oh, that's a Motivational Monday coming to you. Well, I wish I knew Jalen Ramsey would be on this thing together. Y'all, commit to the process. Believe that you're worth the commitment. Because I know that you're more than worthy of that commitment. There's something on the other side of your growth and development that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, that has been laid up for you. Commit to the process. And until next time, I'm challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war.